Hello learners, welcome back to my channel Shraddha's Physics. In this part we will see the integration of the Fourier series. So let us start. The turn by turn integration of the Fourier series, suppose consider a function f of x. So this function can be expanded in terms of the Fourier series. So that is equal to a naught plus sum over n equal to 1 to infinite a n cos nx plus sum over n equal to 1 to infinite bn sin nx. So here this a naught, an and bn, these are called the Fourier coefficient. So the function can be expanded in terms of Fourier series like this. Now if I will integrate both the left hand side and the right hand side, then with respect to dx, suppose here we are integrating, then this equation becomes f of x dx over x naught to x, that is equal to, this will be your a naught into x, a naught into x over the integration x naught to x plus sum over an cos nx integration will be sin nx divided by n, and again x naught to x minus this is your bn by n cos nx from x naught to x, because sin nx integration will be minus cos nx by n, and here also integration from x naught to x. So this is called the term by term integration. That is, first of all you have to integrate for this term, then you have to integrate for this term, and after that you have to integrate for the third term. So here n is present in the denominator. Now you can see that in the denominator this n term is present. So because of the presence of the n in the denominator, it gives the rapid convergence. But if you can remember, in case of the differentiation of the Fourier series, the n is present in the numerator. So there will be the divergence occur, or we may say that this reduces the rate of convergence. That is, in case of the differentiation of the Fourier series, this occurs. But in case of the integration, so here the n is present in the denominator, so that it gives a rapid convergence. So a convergent Fourier series may be integrated term by term, and the resulting series converges uniformly to the integral of the original function. So the term by term integration may be valid even the original Fourier series is not itself convergent. It means that if the Fourier series itself it is not convergent, but the term by term integration, after the integration, it may be valid even the original Fourier series is not itself convergent. Now let us take an example. Let us consider the function. Suppose if f of x equal to 0, this is a question. If f of x equal to 0, it is in the interval minus pi to 0, x lies between minus pi to 0, and its value equal to, suppose, x, and where x lies between 0 to pi. Okay. Then we have to calculate, find Fourier series of f of x on the interval minus pi to plus pi. Then the second one is you have to integrate turn by turn of Fourier series on the same interval, that is minus pi to plus pi. So this is our question. Now let us solve this question. So first of all, if you write the coefficient, let us first calculate 1 by 1 coefficient. You know a naught equal to 1 by 2 pi integration over. So here you have to integrate from minus pi to plus pi, but here the function is given from minus pi to 0 and 0 to pi. So you have to, since the integration is from minus pi to plus pi f of x dx, here the integration is minus pi to plus pi f of x dx. Now I can split this into minus pi to 0 plus 0 to pi, and the function will be remain same, that is f of x dx. So now if I will put this value, so let me write the a naught coefficient first. This a naught equal to, I can write 1 by 2 pi into integration over minus pi to plus pi f of x dx. Now in place of minus pi to plus pi, if I will split this equation, so this will be 1 by 2 pi. If I will split the integration, So this is from minus pi to 0 f of x dx plus this will be 0 to pi f of x dx. Now you have to put the value of f of x in this expression. Now you can see here, when x varies from minus pi to 0, the function value is 0. So this total term goes to 0. But when it lies between 0 to pi, its value is x. So here we have to put the value of the function f of x, that is equal to x. So its value is x. Okay. Now this is equal to 1 by 2 pi into the integration for x dx, that is 0 to pi. So this is here, x dx integration will be x square by 2, and this is equal to 1 by 2 pi, this s square by 2, and it varies from 0 to pi. Okay. And if I put the value of x, that is equal to pi, then this is equal to pi square divided by 4 pi, and the value is 0. So if I'll get cancel pi with the pi, then this will be simply pi by 4. So this is the value of a naught. Now similarly we can calculate the value of an. So let us calculate the value of an. So this is an equal to 1 by pi. I am directly writing, splitting the integration, minus pi to 0. First of all, this is your f of x cos nx dx plus integration from 0 to pi f of x into cos nx dx. Okay. Now again you have to put the value of the function f of x. Again the same, that is within the interval minus pi to 0, its value is 0, and from 0 to pi its value is x. Now if I put this value here, now first of all this part goes to 0 since it is equal to 0. So its value goes to 0. Then you have to put the value for this one. This is your f of x equal to x. Now you have to integrate. This is equal to 1 by pi integration over 0 to pi. Here the f of x is your x. So this is x into cos nx dx. Okay. Now this cos x into cos nx dx. So now if I calculate this, this is equal to 1 by pi. Here you have to apply uv formula. So this is integration, that is if I take this x into cos nx, that is u into v form. You may apply Kronecker delta method, Kronecker method, or you may use uv, that is your integration by part. So this will be x into sin nx divided by n minus, this will be minus cos nx, because the derivative of x is 1. So this will be cos nx divided by n square. By applying the Kronecker method, this is from 0 to pi. Now if I substitute the value, this will be simply, if I take common n square, this is 1 by pi into n square. If I put the value of pi in place of sin nx, that is x value is pi, so this will be sin n pi, that is 0. And again if I put the lower limit, that is sin n into 0, that is sin 0 is also 0. So basically we can say that this term goes to 0. And for the second term, this minus into minus becomes plus. So this will be cos n pi by n square, and another one will be, this 1 by n square is already taken common. So this will be cos n pi. So first of all I will write, this is your cos n pi. Again minus, this minus becomes plus. Minus for the lower limit, this is your cos 0. So cos 0 is your 1. Okay. Now for this cos n pi, I can write this is equal to 1 by pi n square, remain as it is. Cos n pi is your minus 1 power n, and this is your minus 1. Okay. Now we have to calculate the coefficient bn. Now let us calculate bn, that is equal to 1 by pi integration. Now we will split the equation, split the integration, that is from minus pi to 0. This will be your pi f of x sin nx dx plus the integration from 0 to pi f of x sin nx dx. Now also here we will apply the same, that is the function, its value will goes to 0 when we will put the value f of x to be 0, then the first term reduces to 0, and here in this place f of x, that is if we will put the value x, so this will be simply x into sin nx dx. So that is equal to 1 by pi integration over 0 to pi x sin nx into dx. Now let us integrate this. If I will apply the Kronecker method to solve this integration, this is equal to 1 by pi. First of all, the x will remain as it is. The integration over sin nx, it will give you minus cos nx divided by n. Okay. Then the next term starts from negative. So this is your minus. The derivative of the x will be equal to 1 into the integration over minus cos nx by n. This will be cos nx, integration will be sin nx, and here a negative sign is present, so it is a negative sign. Sin nx divided by this n is present, and also the integration of this term, that will be another n, that will be sin nx by n square. Okay, and the integration varies from 0 to pi. If I will put the value of upper limit, that is pi and 0, so this part goes to 0. Sin n pi is 0 and sin 0 is 0. Now this is equal to 1 by pi, and this n is taken outside, so this will be minus x cos nx. Okay, and integration varies from 0 to pi. Now if I will put the value of the integration, that is upper limit, first that will be equal to 1 by n pi remain as it is, and this will be minus pi cos n pi, and again minus of minus becomes plus 0, because x into something, that is 0 into something is 0, and that is equal to this pi get cancelled. This will be minus 1 by n into this cos n pi is your minus 1 power n, and this minus 1 is nothing but minus 1 power 1, so it can be written as minus 1 power n plus 1 divided by n. So here we have calculated a0, an and bn coefficient. Now simply we have to write the Fourier series. Let us write the Fourier series for the function f of x, that is equal to a naught plus sum over n equal to 1 to infinite. This is your an cos nx plus sum over n equal to 1 to infinite. This is your bn sin nx. Now here we have to put the value of a naught, an and bn. Now we can see here the value of a naught is pi by 4. Okay, so let me just change the color. So the value of a naught is pi by 4, and an is 1 by pi n square into minus 1 power n minus 1, and the value of bn is minus 1 power n plus 1 divided by n. Now if I substitute this value, then this will be, now I can write, you can see in this part, if I will put, this will be equal to a naught is pi by 4 plus sum over n equal to 1 to infinite. The value of n is minus 1 power n minus 1 divided by pi n square. Okay, and here cos nx is present, so this is cos nx plus sum over n equal to 1 to infinite, and here the value of bn is minus 1 power n plus 1 divided by n. So this is your minus 1 power n plus 1 divided by n into sin nx. Now you can check again. Here you have substituted the value of pi by 4 and an value as well as bn value. Okay, so from this expression you can see that this function, it is continuous on the interval minus pi to plus pi. Now we have to integrate this. Now if I will integrate this equation, now let us see. If I will integrate, so this will be minus pi to plus pi, you have to integrate f of x dx. So this is f of x into dx, and that is equal to pi by 4 will remain as it is into the integration over dx, that will be your x over minus pi to plus pi. Okay, plus sum over, this is n equal to 1 to infinite, this is your minus 1 power n minus 1 divided by pi n square, and the cos nx dx integration will be equal to sin nx divided by n, and it varies from minus pi to plus pi, which is equal to your 0. Sin n pi is 0, sin minus n pi will be minus of sin n pi, that goes to 0, plus the third term, that is plus this is the summation over n equal to 1 to infinite. This is minus 1 power n plus 1 divided by n. The integration over sin nx will be minus cos nx divided by n, and it is from minus pi to plus pi. Okay. Now if I substitute the value, that is the upper limit and lower limit, now you will get this is equal to pi by 4 into, this is your, if I put the value of x, that is upper limit is pi, this is your minus of minus pi, that is becomes plus pi. So pi plus pi, that will be 2 pi. So this is equal to into 2 pi I can write, or directly I can write this will be equal to pi square divided by 2. Okay. Now for the third term, this will be plus, this is your sum over n equal to 1 to infinite, this is your minus 1 power, this if I will take this minus sign common, so this will be minus 1 power n plus 2 divided by n, and now if I will put the value, so this will be cos n pi, this value is cos n pi, minus for the lower limit, here we have taken already this minus sign common, so that this will become minus 1 power n plus 2. Okay, so this will be cos n pi minus for the lower limit, that will be cos of minus n pi. Since the cosine is an even function, so I can write cos of nx equal to cos of minus nx, or cos of n pi will be equal to cos of minus n pi. So this will be minus cos n pi, or finally we can say that this total term goes to 0. So the only answer will be equal to pi square by 2. Okay. So the final answer will be equal to pi square divided by 2. So if you will integrate this term, that is f of x, for the its value is 0, you can see its value is 0. When you will say x varies between minus pi to 0, and its value will be equal to x when x lies between 0 to pi. So the integration for that f of x will be equal to pi square by 2. So here you can see after the integration, you will see the result is equal to your pi square by 2, and it is free of n. Okay, it doesn't depend on the n. So here you can say that after the integration, the series becomes convergent. Okay. So now I think it is clear to you that in case of the divergent of the Fourier series, when you are calculating for the differentiation of the Fourier series, you will see there is a divergence because of the n term present in the numerator, but in case of the integration of the Fourier series, you will find n term is present in the denominator, so that the series now becomes convergent in case of the integration of the Fourier series. So this is all for today. Thank you.